The story we're going to start with today is out of Fox News. The art and science of storm chasing was once a niche pastime involving a few meteorologists and researchers with a car, a long lens camera, and a hypothesis to determine. But a combination of Hollywood and technology has turned it into something of a mainstream, anyone can do it craft with deadly consequences. There's a lot to this, but the point of this is that scientists are warning that storm chasers are hurting research and causing danger. And so this is what we'll get into here.
Joining us right now is storm chaser John Hale. John, I hear stuff in the background. Are you getting ready to go join or go chase more storms right now?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, good. Now, scientists are saying that what you're doing is hurting their research. First, before we get into that, how long have you been chasing storms? And with this recent bout we've had around the Kansas City area, how close do you get to these things?
Well, I've been involved with weather ever since I was a teenager. At 13, I became officially a trained storm spotter by attending the National Weather Service Spotter Talks. And then as I grew older, my passion just grew even more. And when I got my driver's license, I just started chasing on my own. And then, chasing, in Kansas City, we have all kinds of variety of weather, including tornadoes. And usually we try to stay in a safe distance. Lately, we are getting closer and closer to tornadoes. And in fact, the tornadoes the last couple weeks ago, we were actually inside the circulation just south of Lawrence there, and we were actually witnessing the destruction as we were behind the tornado as it was going across K10 there.
Wow. So what the experts are saying, and I'm going to read to you a quote out of the story about the problem with storm chasing right now. The experts are saying that it's too crowded. Eric Rasmussen, a research scientist at the University of Oklahoma Cooperative Institute, who works with the National Weather Service, said, it is at the point where it is really affecting scientific research. We've had times when we have had to turn around and leave the storm because there is just too much traffic. The storms are so precious, we don't get to intercept that many. So having to leave a storm because of traffic, that is painful. Is it a lot more popular than it used to be?
Oh, absolutely. In 1996, when Twister came out, you seen a big spike in more people going out and storm chasing. And then with the TV show, Discovery Channel TV show, when they came out with Storm Chasers, you saw another spike. And then when Hollywood released Into the Storm, you saw another spike. So due to Hollywood and the technological advances with being able to download a simple radar app on your cell phone and be able to take good quality pictures with your cell phone, you see more and more people being able to actually go out and storm chase. And definitely the roads are definitely crowded. The problem is you've got more people going into the hobby than you have people going out of the hobby. So it's definitely getting more popular, and it's definitely the roads are definitely on the increase. Now, whether to say that it really hurts their science, they've been doing these researches for over 50 years, and there's really not a whole lot that they have really gained in the last 50 years as far as new data, new information that could be applied. So to really say that it hurts is kind of like a backstab to some of us who are out there as well, because they're saying that we're being reckless and dangerous, but yet they're on video being caught reckless and dangerous as well. So it's kind of calling a spade,
But to be fair, if that's true, that they haven't learned a lot in the last few years and they haven't added to their research, isn't that possibly because there are too many people out there getting in their way?
I really don't think so. I mean, they've got all the money in the world. They're government funded, so they've got millions of dollars going into these research, and they've got all these vehicles. I know back in 2010, I believe 2008 or 2010, they led a big, huge, massive research project called Vortex 2. where they had tons and tons of vehicles out there to get in or around tornadoes and to be able to do the research. Unfortunately, I believe that season was actually relatively slow, so they weren't able to get a whole lot of information that year. But every year they have one or two vehicles called Doppler on wheels, or the DOWs, which scan the tornadoes. And they have also what we call mobile measurements, which collect all kinds of data, wind speeds, pressure, dew point, temperatures, all that information. So I really don't think it's hurting as much as they like to claim. But that's just my opinion.
Talking with the Storm Chaser, John Hale, on Twitter at Storm Chaser John H, here on 98.1 KMBZ. Now, when I saw Twister in the theater, I remember the end game was to extend the warning time so people could have more than 5 minutes, warning to get to their safe place in their basement or whatever. What's your end game? Like, why do you do this insane thing? Why do you guys chase these storms with the danger of being killed?
Well, there's different reasons why people go out in a storm chase. Either they have an adrenaline rush and they want to get the thrill. There's a lot of photographers, professional photographers, that go out there that get all these fantastic, awesome photography shots. And then there's the video side of it, where they try to get close, get extreme video, and then turn around and try to profit that by selling their video footage to the media. And then you got people out there that are privately funded, trying to do research, scientific research, that are building these tornado probes that are going into the circulation, putting them in the path of the tornadoes, and then watching their probes get hit and be able to take that data so that we can better understand tornadoes. Meteorology is very, very brand new, still relatively new research. So we still need to understand why some storms produce tornadoes and the others don't. Why did the Lawrence tornado go through the south side of Lawrence up towards KCK and on north? And why didn't it just continue to produce tornadoes? Why did it end? Why did it do the damage that it did? We still need to understand a lot of that information. And so, I'm going to be building a tornado probe here soon to be able to put in the path of tornadoes. And I really like to see what the wind speeds inside the tornadoes really are, especially what we call sub-vortices, and that are inside the tornado. Basically, you have the tornado itself, but inside are these suction vortices as well. And those could be wind speeds up to 300 miles per hour at times. So those are the ones that really do the destruction inside the tornado. If you ever wonder why one house is destroyed and one house is left untouched, it's because of those sub-vortices.
So are you more like Bill Paxton or Carrie Ewells from the movie Twister? Are you fully funded by somebody, or are you doing this for the love?
Doing it for the love, absolutely, 100% for love, all volunteer, comes out of my pocket. It'd be nice to get paid for it, but if you get a little bit of funding or help, but you know what, we do it because we love to do it. It's our passion. It's what we love to do, and we understand the concerns of NOAA and the National Severe Storms Laboratory and their research. I'm definitely not trying to say that their research isn't important, because it is, but to say that storm chasers are the cause for them not being able to get their research done, I just don't buy that.
Hey, John, what do you think about this idea of tornado tourism, which I'll be honest was a term I had not heard until this story came up. And last week there was this group, and we did hear about this, called Silver Lining Tours, that described this incident in which they were hit with rain-wrapped satellite that's tornadoes 2 miles southeast of the parent circulation, and a couple of vans were knocked off the road. This idea of tornado tourism, where people sign up to go, be led on chases, that you're the passenger in a vehicle that is chasing. That can't help those of you that are actually doing it, for scientific reasons or for the research.
Storm chasing tours have been a thing for a while now, and people will pay good money from all over the world. I mean, you got people flying in from like Germany, all over the place just to go on these tours. And relatively, these tour companies, they stay relatively safe distance. Unfortunately, that was an unfortunate accident that happened. I actually know the people that run that Pacific tour group, and they've never had an issue before. This was just an unfortunate accident, and I would trust going on their tours, because they have a good tracker record. They know what you're doing, and if you plan to go, I say go, because you learn a great amount of information. I mean, they teach you the basics of storm chasing, and I always recommend people, if you're looking into storm chasing, definitely go on one of those tours, because yes, it's pricey, but you're going to have a lot of fun, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff by going on those tours. I don't recommend you get in your car downloading an app if you don't know anything about storm chasing and hitting the roads. And that's what the main problem is you got people out there that just don't know what they're doing, and they're driving reckless. They're causing a bunch of issues out on the roads, and it's all because they downloaded an app, took their family and kids and went storm chasing, just because there's so much information now available to people. You have the Storm Protection Center, which issues severe weather outlooks in advance, and they basically pinpoint the areas and highlight the areas where the greatest risk for tornadoes are going to be. And when you have that, you're going to expect people to flock to that area. And that's what we're seeing.
Hey, John, thank you so much, man. We could keep you on for an hour. Fascinating. We will keep your number on file the next time one of these rolls through, because we know it will, considering where we are all at in the United States. Thank you for the time.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
On Twitter at Storm Chaser John H. John Hale, professional storm chaser here out of Kansas City.